Oh yeah, what's up ladies and gentlemen, it's T-Beck. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, man. How y'all doing? Well, I hope. I can't believe it, guys, but we passed 300 subscribers, so thank you so much. Shout out to all the new subscribers down there. Say hello in the comments below. Let me know your favorite part of the channel, guys. It could be anything, but just let me know in those comments below. I'd love to hear it. So shout out again to all my new subscribers, and thank you so much for helping me hit 300 and then some. You guys rock!
Anyway,
Today I thought I'd do something a little different because I just got a new tattoo. Yeah, and I've never really talked about a bunch of my tattoos before, and I thought now would be a good time to do a tattoo tour before I forget which ones came first and what age I was and who did them and that kind of stuff. I think I remember most of the details now. So what do you say? Let's start with the first one and we'll end on this most recent one. And I'll try not to be too long-winded about it, okay?
okay.
Let's get this tattoo tour underway. Alright, so up first, we got that guy, and I got him the day I turned 18. I had that appointment scheduled, ready to go, and yeah, it's just, you know, the Trinity symbol in typical Celtic colors, green and black. I went to all the Catholic stuff during the week, you know, made it all the way until confirmation and ducked out right before I got confirmed. But I grew up Catholic, a lot of my family's Catholic, so I thought that was a cool way to honor my family. This is kind of a family arm. Back then I thought I might do a whole entire green and black sleeve, but plans have since changed since then. But yeah, that was tattoo number one, the green and black Celtic Trinity symbol. Tattoo number two, over here on my right arm. And if you're familiar with the band the Mars Volta, this was one of their very first logos, which I believe was designed by one of their friends who passed away. So I know it held a special place in their heart, and that band held a super special place in my heart because I got into them a lot right towards the end of high school into college. It really got me into progressive experimental music, just all kinds of things, man. I have so many good memories with that first EP and those first couple albums. So yeah, it's one of my favorite bands, and I like it because the three eyes are supposed to stand for the past, present, and the future. And yeah, that one was pretty dope. Oh, I forgot to say, this one was done by a guest artist named Jeff. I believe he lived or lives in Arizona, but yeah, he was up in Cedar Falls for a little bit. So I got that one done by him. This one was done by Hefe at Omega, who I believe has a bunch more work done on me. Let's get to tattoo number three, which would be number three. Which one's number three? All right, yep, I already lost track at number three. I can't remember exactly which one I got in number three, so we'll just start from the wrist down on my right arm, and I can remember when I got them and stuff. I just don't remember exactly which one came in what specific order, so we'll just start here on my wrist tattoo. Trying to get it so you guys can kind of see it how I see it a lot of the time. But it is just an initial logo I made up for myself way back in the day, the T and the B, and then I got all these stars and dots done with it too. And I actually got this one done on my 23rd, my golden birthday. I got it done at the Miami Ink Shop in Miami, not by any of the super famous artists or anything. It was just a walk-in, and he basically tattooed my design on me. I drew it on a napkin or a piece of paper or something and took it in the shop and was like, yeah, this is what I want, and it'd be cool if it was in red and black, and he pretty much did it just like that. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see it a little bit better there. But yeah, and I don't think he knew, I mean the stars and dots are fine, but we didn't really have a plan for it, and I don't know if he exactly knew what he was doing because he kind of looked over to the other artist and was like, hey, how do these look? And the guy was just like, well, there's a certain art form to stars and dots, but yeah. But anyway, I mean, yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty cool, and I'm just glad I have it. The reason I wanted my initials on my wrist was just to remind myself to stay true to being an artist, to being a creative person, not giving in to any pressures of society or conforming to any societal norms. So that's why I got it on my wrist, because back in the day, if you got your wrist tattooed or had visible tattoos, it could mean you had limited job availability. But in today's world, it seems like anything goes, right? So from there, we'll move down to this Colt 45, which I'll try and get it nice and close, see if you can read the letters inside of it. But it says ride or die, and then bros for life on the handle. And yeah, it's a Colt 45, it's got some gold in it. And me and a cousin of mine were really close, and we lived together, and we got matching tattoos in the same spot. And not only was it just for our friendship, but it was just meant for like any other friendship we came across in our life. If anyone else wanted to get that tattoo on us, they had to be worthy and deserving of it, but it is also for anyone else who is close to us in our life. So yeah, that's the Colt 45 one. Then I guess we'll switch around here to my Day of the Dead skull, sugar skull, whatever you want to call it. He's got a lot of cool detail in him, and the reason I wanted one of these was because I did not one but 2 mission trips to Mexico back in high school for church and stuff, and we worked on a youth shelter and helped them fix up and paint and build stuff and do all that, and I just had a blast. And I've always loved, Latin heritage. They're so nice and welcoming, and I've just had a blast. And I've always loved, the idea of celebrating life after death and not thinking about it as like the end all be all and being just sad about it and celebrating it with beauty. So yeah, that's my Day of the Dead skull. This one was done by Nathan, and this top one up here was also done by Nathan. It's probably hard to see because my arms are super hairy. Yeah, so there you can see, maybe, if my arms aren't too hairy, he incorporated the red spider web and the blue spider web together. Nathan did both of those pieces, and this is just a hand holding a straight blade, a little bit of blood on it, keep it sick. But yeah, and the hand's bloody too. But the straight blade signals that my mom is a hairdresser and grew up in the hair industry, and I wanted to honor her in some way, and I thought that would be cool. And yeah, I guess next we'll go to the heart on my sleeve, which it's an anatomical heart, and it has like blue flames coming out of it and the all-seeing eye above it with some blue teardrops coming out as well. I'm trying to get it nice and close so you guys can see it. This was done by Ben K, who I believe was another guest artist who lives or lived in Brooklyn. And yeah, this is really cool. I remember getting this one on like my 22nd birthday or something like that. And which was dumb because I went out drinking that night and was fist pumping and raging super hard. So the next day it was super puffy and gross, and that's probably not the best way, to take care of your tattoos. But yeah, I'll never forget getting that one on my birthday that year. And of course, yes, it does mean the cliche, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I don't think I'm maybe too over emotional, but if you do get me upset, it's probably easy to tell on my face. And yeah, seemed like a good place for a ditch tattoo, Then I guess we can just show off the Sailor Jerry girl. And yeah, it's just a Sailor Jerry girl from the back of a Sailor Jerry bottle, and it says steady as she goes right there on the ship wheel. Yeah, not a huge meaning or story behind her. I just really liked her and always knew I wanted to pin up, since that's the kind of theme I'm going with, is like these traditional tattoos. I thought it would be cool to get a little pinup girl there. And then on the back of my arm there, it says kiss me with some big red lips. And I know you're just dying to know, whose lips are they, Travis? Those are in fact these lips, because I knew well ahead of time, not to be silly and get some girl's lips tattooed on me. So I figured I'd just get my own lips tattooed on me, and that way I could never really regret it. And it's actually funny because I've had drunk girls like after bar close like kiss the back of my arm, and sometimes I forget that's there, and I was just like, oh yeah. But how I got it done was I had to kiss a white piece of paper with a bunch of cheap black lipstick I bought at the Hot Topic in the mall. And yeah, we finally got a good one, and that's how I got that one done, man. Okay, so, got one on the back of the neck. This one I got on my 21st birthday because it says established 1988, and I always knew that when I turned 21 I wanted to get that done. It's kind of like a joke, like you see on a toy or a guitar or something, like a serial number, a maiden number, Best Buy number, something like that. But yeah, I thought it would be funny, and that way if I ever get old and have dementia or something like that, someone can just look at the back of my neck and figure out how old I am. And yeah, so I got established 1988 on the back of my neck. And next is the big guy. And that, yes, is a very sophisticated baboon. He's got his cigarette right there. Smoke coming out of it. Some roses on either side of him. Top hat, the card in it. And yes, this one was indeed my most painful. I know you were just dying to know which one hurt the most. It's definitely that one, and that was a good, what, I think 3 or 4 sessions of 4 hours each. And so yeah, that one took a while, but it was worth it, and it's really cool. And the meaning to me is just like, you know, sometimes being an entertainer, it feels like they say you have a monkey on your back, or like people just, you know, expect you to be happy and carefree and just wild and entertaining all the time. And most of the time we're totally cool with it and letting that part of us out that people want out of us. But there's other times too that we're just, you know, humans like any other people, and we have emotions and go through things or whatever. So that's just kind of what it symbolizes to me, is like, you know, the sophisticated, smart, wise, entertaining baboon. Yeah. All right, that brings us to this one, which I got almost 2 years ago in November. And me and my old man actually got matching tattoos, and it was pretty cool because he was one of those people that said, like, you know, I don't understand tattoos, I'll probably never get one, I think they're dumb. And then just over time kind of eased into it. And then we got this one, and it's a B for, yes, our last name, Beck, our last initial. And then wings, just because, I mean, wings are cool, but also, like, you know, for all of the fallen family members that have gone too soon or passed on too soon, that's for them too, so we can just think about them in that way. Then that leads me to my latest, my newest, boom, my goldfinch. I knew that as soon as I left my hometown, I wanted to get some kind of bird, like symbolizing, you know, leaving the nest for the first time and going out on my own, away from living, you know, a few minutes away from your family and stuff. So I got the Iowa State bird. It's a goldfinch. And Seth at Sacred Diamond did this one and my last one. And he's my go-to guy here in Des Moines. I'll be going to him for all my future work, which I'm so excited to get more done and more of this arm filled in. And who knows what else. But yeah, this guy's healing up nicely. And if I say so myself, he looks pretty badass. Oh, by the way, if you want to know what other ones hurt really bad, the ditch, the elbow, I mean, the insides sting a little bit. Other than that, most of them didn't hurt too bad. It's just on your like thinner skin and on the bone, guys. The ditch, yeah, that's gonna suck. Ribs are gonna suck. And any other tender places where bone is exposed and stuff like that, it's probably gonna suck. But wherever you got a lot of meat, a lot of muscle, shoulders, stuff like that, pretty smooth sailing. And I gotta, dude, I tell everyone this and they don't believe me, but the one on the back of my neck, it felt so good. It felt like a massage, like just a vibrating massage. And when he was done, I almost didn't want him to be done, you know? I was like, oh, really, you're done? But yeah, crazy, huh? So that's gonna do it for this tattoo tour, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any more questions or whatever, let me know in those comments below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for helping me pass 300 subscribers. I appreciate it so much. If you dug this tattoo tour, guys, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't, because you don't want to miss any more radical content. You guys rock, man. And until next time, T-Beck